Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here continuing to cook up this NBA action, man. Y'all know we do it on the jam session. We cook up every single game, every single day, man. Money making Tuesday, NBA in-season tournament day as well. 6 games on the card. Y'all know the drill, man. We're finna cook it up and try to smash it per usual. Yesterday, we did drop our NBA play of the day. We had the Sacramento Kings laying the points at home at the crib, fading the Atlanta Hawks, the number 1 team on the do not bet list. And the Hawks end up winning the game outright. Quite surprised to see them win that game outright. It's a terrible spot situation for them, man. On the back end of a back-to-back with travel, they just got beaten up by Portland. Kings had the rest advantage in the game. It just was a really good spot to take Sacramento. And they didn't come through. Hawks end up winning the game outright. Shout out Atlanta, man. I guess we can't just blindly fade the Hawks like we did a season ago. Don't get confused, though. They're still the number 1 team on the do not bet list. We can't just blindly fade them anymore. Last 2 seasons combined, they're still by far the worst ATS team in the NBA. They will show up in certain spot situations, so we can't blindly fade them anymore. But in the grand scheme of things, I promise y'all, they're still going to be one of the worst ATS teams when it's all said and done. So we will continue to fade them, just not blindly. Last night was still a profitable night for us. We did go 2-1 on the premium side. We hit with the Houston Rockets as they covered against the Milwaukee Bucks, who are on the do not bet list, laying points with Milwaukee. You're asking to get your money took, bro. You're asking for it. Shout out the Rockets, man. Got the cover in that one. They should have got the win. Sengun should have finished that for the win. But we grabbed the points. They got the cover for us in that one. And we also had the Raptors plus the points as a premium play. It was a terrible spot for Indiana on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Had to go through customs. Raptors been a great ATS team. Bad spot for Indiana. Shout out the Raptors. So we've hit 5 of our last 6 on our on the premium side in the NBA because we had a 3-0 day on Sunday. So we're just trying to keep the momentum rolling forward, man. Keep the momentum rolling forward. Looking to bounce back on our top play of the day today. If you're rocking with me, rock with me, man. Of course, I have it for sale today over at Pickdawgz Premium. Link for that in the description below. But without further ado, man, we got 6 games on the card. NBA in-season tournament day. Money making Tuesday. So without further ado, man, let's make some money tonight. Let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. First game of the day. Man, do we have a good one. We got the defending champs, the Boston Celtics, at home at the crib, laying 5.5 points on the undefeated, unbeaten, money-making machine, Cleveland Cavaliers, man. Total 236.5. Tough game, man. I usually come here and tell y'all, unless I have a clear and concise reason to fade Boston, I'm really not interested in doing so. Boston right now this season, ATS, they haven't been great. They're just 7-7 against the number. So laying 5.5 points on a team that hasn't lost a game yet, a team that has been a money-making machine, 11-4 against the number. In the grand scheme of things, later on in the season, in a vacuum, yes, the Celtics are still the better basketball team. But the way the two teams are playing right now today, who they are right now today, I don't think the gap is a 5.5 point gap between these two teams, man. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers have a legitimate chance to come here and win this game outright. So I think the problem with this game here is everybody's just waiting on the shoe to drop for Cleveland instead of just respecting them for the good basketball team that they are. And everybody kind of just has preconceived notions on who the Celtics are. But when it comes to a money-making perspective, nothing here tells me to lay 5.5 with Boston. Nothing. 7-7 against the number. Cleveland has been rolling. And I think they have a legitimate chance to win this outright. So if they're going to give me 5 points in my back pocket, everybody, their mama, uncle, and auntie betting the Celtics in this spot too, expecting this to be the game that Cleveland loses. Even if they lose, man, we got 5 points in our back pocket. I think this game is going to come right down to it. And it's the same Celtics team that was just in overtime with the Raptors. Took a game winner that Tatum traveled on in overtime to beat them. Yeah, fading Boston. I'm on Cleveland plus the points. In-season tournament game. I like what I'm seeing from these boys. And until they cool off, I ain't looking to fade them. Give me the Cavs plus the points, and I'm going to sprinkle outright on the money line. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we head to Brooklyn, where the Nets are 2.5 point home favorites over the Charlotte Hornets. Total 221.5. Look, the Nets are right now currently are the number one ATS team in the NBA. These boys are 10-3-1 against the number. They've covered in 77% of their games this season. Shout out the Nets, man. Shout out the Nets. Problem is, almost all of that work ATS was done as underdogs. As favorites, they're just 2-1 against the number this season. Still have been profitable, but not nearly as dominant as 10-3-1 looks. I don't feel comfortable laying points with the Brooklyn Nets. In all honesty, I just don't. Especially with the way their injury report looks. Nick Claxton is still out. Dorian Finney-Smith, game time decision. Darian Sharp out. Zaire Williams, game time decision. They're pretty banged up right now, is Brooklyn. Charlotte comes into this game, clean injury report, extremely healthy. I think this is a legitimate 50-50 game, and I think that the Hornets have a legitimate path to win this game outright. The Nets, they have lost 4 of their last 5. I will give them some slight credit. They played probably the toughest schedule that they could have played. Back-to-back games against New York, at home against Boston, and on the road in Cleveland are 4 of their last 5. Their one win in this subset was against the Pelicans on the road. They won that 107-105. The Birmingham Squadron. And I believe they were a favorite in that game, only won by 2 against the injury-depleted Pelicans team. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable laying points with the Nets. That's not the style team they are. As an underdog, we can bet them all the time. They will keep games competitive against the best teams in the league. But expecting them to beat other teams, I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite ready to expect them to do that yet. I like what I'm seeing from the Hornets in certain spots and situations. I've told y'all that plenty of times here on the jam session, and I think they have a legitimate chance to win this game outright tonight. I'm on the Hornets plus the 2.5. I'm also going to sprinkle on the money line. I think the best player on the floor is on the Hornets. His name is LaMelo Ball, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had an amazing game today. The Hornets, if they're going to be taken seriously, they have to win their must-winnable games, and I think this is definitely one of them. Give me Charlotte plus the points and outright money line. I know the Nets have been a money-making machine, but mainly as underdogs. I don't trust them yet as favorites. I'm going to attack the underdog here in this one. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we're in Memphis, where the Grizzlies are 4.5-point home favorites over the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Total 227.5. Man, this game has lost almost all of its excitement. This was supposed to be one of the featured games of the night, man, but injuries have really ruined this game tonight. Let's talk about the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic is listed as game time decision. He's missed a couple games in a row due to personal reasons. Right now, currently, it's looking like he's going to miss this game as well. So, I'm handicapping this game as if Nikola Jokic is not playing. I don't think he's playing here. Aaron Gordon is also still out for the Nuggets. For the Grizzlies, Zach Edey, he's out. Marcus Smart is game time decision. Ja Morant still out. And Gigi Jackson and Cam Spencer are also out for the Grizzlies. Man, the 2 best players in this game are gone, and that sucks. And Jokic and Ja Morant, I'm telling you, I believe this would have been a fireworks-style game. The team that's best equipped to play without their star is Memphis. And in Memphis, we usually trust them there. Denver on the road, we usually don't trust them there. The Nuggets, what do I say, go stupid, dummy, crazy at home, at the crib. Just look at the Denver Nuggets home record over the last 3-4 seasons, and you'll see why I say that. A lot of their losses come on the road, and they were losing with, the reigning MVP Nikola Jokic on the floor on the road. Now, without him, I think they continue to struggle. We just saw Memphis beat up on them the other day, 105-90, and I think something similar is going to happen here again. If you lose back-to-back games on the road to the Pelicans and then get taken behind the shed by the Grizzlies, and you usually don't hoop on the road anyway, I can't look in the direction of Denver, especially missing Nikola Jokic. If Jokic was playing here, I might think about taking Denver in the quick revenge spot, but can't do it, won't do it, especially without him. So in Memphis, we usually trust them. I know their injury report is ugly, but so is the Nuggets, and they're more equipped to play without Ja Morant than the Nuggets are without Jokic. So just trusting the spot, trusting the situation, trusting who we know these 2 teams to be. Here in this one, I'll lay the points with the Memphis Grizzlies at home, at the crib. All right, let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we're in my hometown. We're my favorite team, The Dallas Mavericks are laying 12.5 points on the New Orleans Pelicans. Short, sweet, simple. Not finna talk your ear off. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm on my favorite team, the Mavs. I'm laying the points. Yes, the Mavs as extended home favorites is not usually their spot. But on the flip side, the Pelicans are on the do not bet list. And the do not bet list supersedes everything. So we're fading the Pelicans. We're not even overcomplicating this one. The Pelicans have been playing better basketball recently. Shout out to them. But that was at home, at the crib. On the road, we still don't trust this team, man. This team has been terrible on the road. Let's just go through the Pelicans' road games. On the road against the Thunder, 106-88. They got taken behind the woodshed. On the road against the Magic, they lost 115-88. The Magic aired them out. Game before that, on the road, they played the Golden State Warriors. Golden State aired them out 104-89. The night before, they played the Warriors on the road. The Warriors aired them out in that game too, 124-106. The game before that, they played Portland on the road. Portland took them behind the woodshed, 125-103. Those are all the most recent games for the Pelicans on the road. You see a common theme? They've been blown out, man. This is a bad basketball team. This is a team that is tremendously banged up, missing basically half their basketball team. So the half of their team is filled with G League players, a.k.a. that's why we call them the Birmingham Squadron. Hey, not overcomplicating this one, man. Mavs are off the do not bet list. They've, looked good in back-to-back games. Luka is game time decision. Keep an eye out on that. But with or without him, I don't really care. I think the Mavs take the Pelicans behind that shed tonight. That's who the Pelicans have been on the road. Dallas is starting to figure things out. The chemistry starting to come together. I think we're going to start to see the Mavs return to the team we came to know and love last season. Give me Dallas. I'm laying the points here in this one. Pelicans, they're on the DNB. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up. We're in San Antonio where the Spurs are 9.5-point home dogs with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Buddies rolling in. Total 222.5. In all honesty, man, the spot and situation yells San Antonio. It's yelling it to me, man. This is a San Antonio-style spot. I don't like the spot and situation for Oklahoma City coming off the extended home trip. They just played, 5 straight games at home. Now they're on the road laying double digits. I don't like that. On the flip side for San Antonio, this is a bounce-back game at home at the crib. That also happens to be a revenge game. One of my favorite spots in the NBA. One of my favorite spots to bet in the NBA. They lost back-to-back games. They lost to Oklahoma City earlier this season, 105-93 in Oklahoma City. The problem here is Victor Wembanyama is game time decision. Yesterday he got downgraded to doubtful, so he's probably not playing here. If he played, I'm telling you, I would have been all over San Antonio in this basketball game, and I probably would have sprinkled on the outright money line. They're a bad matchup for Oklahoma City with Wemby on the floor with the current injuries that the Oklahoma City have. Oklahoma City is missing all of their bigs. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, and Hartenstein. They're all hurt. And when they go up against teams that have bigs that can hoop, those are the style games we're going to see Oklahoma City struggle these next 2 months. We just saw that in their last game going up against a Dallas Mavericks team who has not one but 2 solid bigs in Lively and Gafford. They caused the Oklahoma City some problems and issues in that game. This would have been the perfect Wemby game, but he's doubtful. I'm still looking to bet San Antonio here. I'm just going to trust the spot and situation. I don't like the spot at all. Laying double digits on the road with Oklahoma City coming off the extended home trip. I still love the bounce-back game at home, at the crib. That also happens to be a revenge game. San Antonio, man, come out here and play decent basketball. Keep this game semi-competitive. That's all I'm asking. We love the Thunder Buddies here on this program. And the Spurs continue to be a head-scratching team that don't fit a lot of spots and situations. But we're going to try to make them fit this one. We're going to fade Oklahoma City in this spot. I'm on San Antonio, plus the points here in this one. Last and final game of the night. We're in L.A., man. We're where the Los Angeles Lakers are laying a big boy number, man. They're laying 11.5 on the Utah Jazz. Total, 235.5. Short, sweet, simple. We're trusting the do not bet list. We're fading the Utah Jazz. I'm on the Lakers, man. I'm laying the points in this one. The Lakers have been playing well. I like what I've seen from them, man. On a nice winning streak, playing good basketball. Don't like what I'm seeing from the Jazz, man. Their third straight road game. They didn't look good in their last road game as they lost by double digits in L.A. to the other L.A. team, the Clippers. Final score 116-105. I think another double-digit loss is in their future today. Short, sweet, simple. I look back at the recent history between these two teams. The Lakers have won 3 of the last 4 meetings, all of them dominantly. 138-122, 131-99, 128-117. The Jazz did have one win here recently. It was 132-125 in Utah. But, we're not trusting Utah on the road. We know that. The Jazz, we trust them at home, at the crib. But right now, they're still currently on the do not bet list, man. The Lakers are playing well. I see no reason to try to buck the trend. Lakers also the defending in-season tournament champions. So they should be motivated to come out here and try to defend that title. I'm on the Lakers, man. I'm laying the points here in our last and final game of the night. And that's going to conclude this episode of my NBA Jam session. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you that continue to tune in and watch this video. NBA in-season tournament day, money-making Tuesday. Let's do what we do, and that's kick the crap out of the books, betting hoops. Of course, I got a top play for you, ladies and gentlemen, over at the site. Looking to bounce back on it after losing it last night with the Sacramento Kings. But on the premium side, we've hit 5 of our last 6 plays. 3-0 on Sunday, 2-1 last night. Looking to keep the momentum rolling forward. Hop on something long-term, and let's do what we do, man. I appreciate y'all more than y'all know. See y'all tomorrow. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. I'm out of here. Peace.